what I see is a loss of sense of purpose and meaning. So for a very long time, people were held together by certain kinds of hope. Religion is obviously a certain kind of hope. It's a belief that if we behave well, things will turn out not only in this life, but in a future life. So that's a pretty good kind of binder for people's behaviour, and it's kind of quite a good way of controlling some people's behaviour. Then I would say from the beginning of the 20th century onwards, people started to have a different kind of hope, which was a social consumer type hope. I can improve my status, I can improve my situation, things can get better. And in fact, for most of this century, for a lot of people, things were gradually getting better. You know, if you look at the graph of people's incomes and their living conditions and so on, in much of the world, it looked like the graph was going up. Then, if you look at the graph of productivity to workers' incomes, you'll see in about 1979 a sudden break. They used to track each other, and suddenly they diverge. This was the beginning of Reaganomics and Thatcher and so on, where suddenly you see the wealth graph going up like that, and you see the wages graph starting to drop down. So that's the end of that hope. This is the point where people think, oh, that isn't working anymore. And this is the point where people want to have a reason. And so they look for scapegoats. But that's what I think has happened. There's a collapse of social hope. And it's justified, actually, because society is falling apart. And we are headed for a catastrophe, the climate catastrophe. Now, the problem is, where do you put the resulting anger and disillusionment and anxiety? What do you do with it? Well, I'm hoping we can use it as the fuel to change society for the better.